got another vid coming right here. So today we're going to talk about, as you can read by the title, the practice squad and give my thoughts on the players that were signed to the practice squad yesterday. So we had a total of 15 players that were signed to the practice squad. So it's on the Philadelphia Eagles website. What I'll do is I'll put the link in the live chat. You guys want to see it. And considering I planned this out at the last minute, I'm also going to put it in the comment section after it's recorded. So if you're watching this after it's been recorded, which most likely you are, you can find the link in the chat if you want to look at it. If you haven't done so already, do me one favor. Drop a like. Help out the algorithm. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new vid. But let's get right into it. It's going to be a relatively quick one today. I'm mainly going to talk about the practice squad guys. It's not a lot to say. Now, yesterday I did my stream at the same time talking about the 53-man roster, what I thought about it. There was a good portion of those guys that were cut that were brought back for the practice squad. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I want to go through the list real quick. So the 15 guys that we got from the practice squad, I'm reading it off the Eagles website. Got wide receiver Devin Allen, which figures, guard and tackle Coyote Oswaki, if I'm pronouncing that right, running back Kennedy Brooks, wide receiver Deon Cain, who showed some promise in preseason, safety Andre Checkary, and you had tackle LaRaven Clark, Britton Covey, wide receiver, linebacker Christian Ellis, defensive back Mario Goodrich, safety Anthony Harris, defensive end Matt Leo, quarterback Reid Sinnett, tight end Noah Togiai, Cameron Tom center, and defensive tackle Marvin Wilson. Now, obviously, practice squad guys, we need practice squad guys on this roster, just like any team. In case, heaven forbid, somebody gets hurt, you got to bring somebody up. You need some guys that the starters can work with during practice as well. So, right, obviously, as far as some of the guys that are on this practice squad, like Devin Allen, I'm glad they at least brought him in on the practice squad right there, because I do feel like that speed, he has got that potential with that speed. I even saw a proposal on Twitter that they could use him as a kick returner or special, punt returner. And it's possible maybe with that speed, he could be a good returner. But obviously right now he's going to be on the practice squad. So I get it. There is some potential there for him to at least be productive at the NFL level, even though he hasn't played football since 2016 when he was with the Oregon Ducks. But you know what? Considering that, like I said, there is that potential. And obviously the practice squad makes sense for him because we already have a loaded wide receiver room. And obviously the Eagles see some potential too, hence why they put him on the practice squad as an emergency option if somebody gets injured. If Zach Pascal goes down, he might have to miss a few games. Maybe you need to put Devin Allen in to take his spot. So there is that possibility there. Or if Quez Watkins goes down, maybe you need someone to take that spot. You put a Devin Allen in. Or even if like A.J. Brown misses a game, you bump up Devontae to number 1, Pascal 2, Watkins 3, then you bring up Devin Allen, or possibly Deon Cain, who's another one, a wide receiver who showed some, what's the word I'm looking for? Who showed some good during the preseason. He had a few nice plays, particularly against the Browns. So he showed, so he's a guy you look at, okay, he has some potential, but then again, he has potential to make plays if he gets playing time, but you're also looking at a guy who, did this in preseason games. You're not really looking at him, especially with the stacked wide receiver room, as a guy who can play during the regular season, but you are looking at him as a guy that if you need to bring him up because of injuries to one of your main wide receivers, you have to bring someone up to fill a spot. Again, Deon Cain could be that guy. So Devin Allen and Deon Cain could both serve the same purpose during the regular season as an emergency wide receiver if you need it. So those are good guys to bring back to the practice squad. So I like those moves right there. Britton Covey is another wide receiver on the practice squad. I don't see him getting any playing time unless we get battered with injuries like we did in 2019, which please don't let that happen. Please do not let that happen. But the chances are I don't see him getting any playing time. He's just going to be on the practice squad. Anthony Harris, I said yesterday, I was shocked that he was let go on Tuesday, even with the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson signing. I thought, really? We let him go? I mean, I know last year he didn't really do that much, but considering he's on the roster, I thought we'd at least give him one more chance. But I guess they decided, you know what, that putting him on the practice squad would be their way of giving him one more chance, to keep him there in case, we have an injury at our safety position, which, and plus he at least has some credibility. He's respected from his run with the Vikings. So obviously that's good for the morale of the locker room to get to work with some of the guys in defense get to work with Anthony Harris, a guy they have some respect for. So that's a good thing right there. That's another good reason, have him on the practice squad. You get a guy who's at least got some credibility, who's respected, who some of the guys most likely enjoy working with. So that's good right there. And again, if heaven forbid injury, you need him. Reid, Sinnett, you're just putting him because you need some depth at QB in case something happens. There's not really any options out there for him. Reid, Sinnett, I just hope he stays on the practice squad. I'm sure everyone else watching this feels the same way. I'm just hoping he stays on that practice squad, that he ain't going to play a down for the Eagles during the regular season, because I did not like what I saw from him in preseason. Just one of those things where you need some guys right on the practice squad. So it's really just a filler position on the practice squad. But then again, a lot of these guys are Cameron Tom, center, same thing. Kennedy Brooks, most likely just going to be a filler spot on there as well, unless an injury occurs and we need to move him up, but probably not going to get that much playing time. Andre Chakiri, he's probably just going to, if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, he's probably just another one. He's probably mostly just going to be there to fill a spot on the practice squad. But really a lot of these guys, when I look at, they're really just there to fill spots, you know what I'm saying? To work with the guys during the week in preparation for the games. That's really what these guys are there for, pretty much. Hence why they're put on the practice squad. So, yes, there's only a handful of guys I could see actually, if needed to play, that could actually do something. Some of those obviously being Devin Allen and Deon Cain. But I'm surprised we didn't bring Jason Huntley up. I'm surprised we didn't put him on the practice squad, unless he got signed elsewhere and I don't know about it yet. But assuming he didn't get signed by another team's practice squad, I don't understand why we didn't just put him back in the mix, because he showed some flashes during the preseason as to where, okay, if you needed somebody, obviously he's a guy you could use at running back. So, right, I think that's, some of those guys that could potentially, that show some productivity during the preseason, but not quite sold on during to be on the main roster. I think those guys are guys you put on the practice squad. That way, if you need them, they're there. And you hope for the best. Yeah, I do think overall there are some good moves I do like from this practice squad, obviously. I do like Anthony Harris being there, Deon Cain, Devin Allen being there. So I like those right there. And the rest of Andre Chakiri, some of these other guys, not really too sold on a lot of these guys on there. So there's not much to say. I didn't really plan on this being a long live stream anyway. I don't want to be on here too long, because I'm just going to ramble on. But, all I can say is, so I like some of the moves we got here from these guys in the practice squad. Some guys that can obviously, do something during the regular season. So that's good right there. There's not much to say about this, except there's really not much to say. I said everything I was going to say, so I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ramble on and be too repetitive, so I'm just going to call this here. So everyone that watched this brief live stream, probably most likely on the replay, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, drop a like, leave a comment, let me, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new vid. Nicky Stees, signing off.